Hi, everybody. I don't typically go live on my personal profile anymore, but I felt the need to do so today. Um, and it's kind of about, some business truths and, people truths and things like that. Because at the end of the day, even if you own a business, you are a person. So I want to talk about some things I've been struggling with. And I know other people have as well, but I don't want it to, discourage you or anything like that in business. So, a lot of people think when they start a business, it's going to be really easy or they're going to make $1 million tomorrow, or they're going to be able to retreat into their shell and just handle their business, in a kind of remote sense. And that's not always true. Especially if you're starting out and you're like, you don't have a lot of connections or this is all new, you're going to have to be more social than you thought you would have to be. You're going to have to network and, be okay with, rejection and all these things that people don't necessarily talk about in this business. And I'm not even just talking about my industry, which is like, digital marketing, but in actual like real life. And, they don't say that, hey, you may have to put your friends on the side for a second, or you may have to prioritize what you thought you enjoyed. They don't really say that. It's kind of implied, sort of. And so if you're not in that world and not in that realm and you're not around those type of people, it's kind of a shock. And these type of system shocks can actually kind of stop you in your business and stop you in your growth. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to let that happen to yourself. In this journey, I felt really alone when I started because out of my friends, I was the first person to really start a business instead of just talking about starting a business. I actually did it. I did it because I kept getting laid off or fired from jobs that I thought that I enjoyed. And, I only need 2 signs. I don't need multiple signs after that to know when to, slide through and do something different. And I took those opportunities to handle my business. Like I've been wanting to start my own business since I was like 15. And when you're 15, people think you don't know what you want to do. You're going to change your mind and all this other stuff. And there was some truth to that. I changed my mind a little bit. I knew that I wanted my own business. I knew I wanted to do something in real estate or I wanted to do marketing. I'm doing marketing, so it didn't change that much. And I'm looking to add real estate to my my arsenal of things down the road. But when you're younger and starting a business, and your friends are on the 9-to-5 life or they're in the college life or whatever, it can be lonely and it can be really hard and you're looking for acceptance and a network. So you turn to the internet if you're lucky. And when I started my journey, I started joining all these groups, like these Facebook groups, because I totally didn't know they really existed, to be honest with you. I started joining groups to see if I can vibe with some folks. And I ended up vibing a little bit with some people, but then I got so turned off from I made 6 figures yesterday, even though I started my business on Tuesday. Or I made 6 figures doing this, I made 7 figures doing that. And then when you would ask deep dive questions, nobody could answer. Or they said, oh, cop my course or whatever. Okay, I get that to an extent, but I generally was looking for friendships. Like just some people that I can vibe with. And maybe even a mentor or a coach. Like I had no problem actually hiring someone, but it was very hard for me to find people that I can actually look up to because a lot of times, especially in certain types of communities, collaboration is not encouraged, at least not initially. You're supposed to look at everyone as competition instead of actually looking at them for collaboration or inspiration. And that's not how I'm set up. I've never been set up that way. And I got blocked a lot. I got deleted a lot. I got cussed out because I actually wanted to find support. And it was very, very discouraging. However, I'm not a person that likes to keep myself down. I don't like that at all. So instead of staying down, I just created my own. I literally created my own community, my own little vibe of things. Because I was like, if I feel like this, other people got to feel like this too, right? And I started a group. I started a Facebook group. And Things went well initially when I started the group. It was all right. And then things started to backslide. Like, I noticed that while I was progressing, a lot of the people that were in said group were not progressing with me, and it kind of changed the vibe of things. It changed the vibe of the group. It changed my own personal vibe to the point that I didn't actually want to do it. I didn't want to do the group anymore. I wanted to delete it. I wanted to throw the whole group away. And I was sitting there like, damn, I'm over here trying to, create some type of unity and some growth and some stuff like that. And ain't nobody trying to be a part of it. It was extremely discouraging. But again, I don't like to keep myself down. So since I knew something was changing, I decided to enact some change, not just in that group, but in my business. And when you're transitioning, right, it's hard. It's supposed to be seamless or whatever, but it ain't. It's hard. And it can be the make or break for you. Don't let that be the make or break for you. Let it be the fuel to the fire. Whatever the case may be, whatever is your motivator, let that motivate you to actually grow. Be okay to actually jump off the ledge a little bit without having all the security with you. We always look for collaboration, community, and all those other stuff. Sometimes we have to jump off the cliff ourselves and be like, look, if you want to jump with me, cool. If not, I'm going to still keep on flying. You just have to handle your business for yourself. You have to make sure that when you're doing things, it's for you. And of course, the greater good down the road, but you got to figure out your life. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, I've been in a weird place for the past couple of months. Like, I don't know how quite to put my finger on it, but I've been in a weird place. Like, the things that made me happy didn't make me happy anymore. And yes, Steve, I know you jump off the ledge all day. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to get there. And I've been in a weird place of, I wasn't complacent. I wasn't happy either. And it was literally making me sick because it was bothering me that damn much, and I couldn't put any words to it. And so I opened up to my business bestie, Drea. Drea was like, yesterday, she literally let my ass have it. Like, if you know me, I don't like when people do that. I don't like when people try to let me have it, even though I know I need it sometimes. I hate it. And she let my ass have it, y'all. Like, she basically was pouring into me, but also being stern about what she knew I needed to do and what I needed to hear and what I needed to act upon. And she's like, you play small, you were playing small and it was okay for you at the time, but it's not okay anymore. She was like, that's why you feel the way you do. You can't play small no more. People that are in the small pond are not feeding you no more. It's just making you hungrier. And it's not doing anything for either party. She was like, you're the type of person that needs to grow and elevate. You can't be afraid of elevation. You can't be afraid of growing. You can't be afraid of being uncomfortable. You cannot be afraid of taking that extra risk. You have to be able to stand in your truth and be grown about it. You have to stand in your truth and actually live for your best life, And she's right. Don't tell her I said that though, but she's right. And I sat there with intention yesterday and I was like, what can I do to walk in my truth, to feel better about myself and actually serve better for other people? It's easy. I just have to go for bigger fish. For me personally, I'm a person that needs to be around bigger fish. Like, I don't like being the smartest person in the room. I don't like being the one that knows everything. I don't like being just the one. I like being in the sea of collectivity, of growth, and of things that challenge me. The things that used to challenge me do not challenge me anymore. And when you're in business or in life in general, if things don't challenge you anymore, it's bored and redundant, let it go. Do what's best for you. Let that mess ride. Don't let it sit in your life because you're scared of moving. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of that movement. Say what you need to say. Do what you have to do, but don't let that hold you back from where you need to be. And I have to say that because I've let quite a few things hold me back, even though I'm like, the person that, it's an encouraging person. Sometimes I needed a kick in my own ass to get to where I need to get to as well. You know, just now I did the biggest pitch of my entire life that I've ever done to a company that's worth $16 billion. Now, if I hadn't said anything to Dre yesterday, I probably wouldn't have done it. Like, I've been watching this company for at least a year and a half grow. Like, I vibe with them. I love what they're doing. I know that they can use what I do. And I went ahead and sent them a pitch. Even if they don't say anything, for one, I'm gonna fall like crazy. If they don't say anything, I did it. Like, I broke the glass ceiling right there just by doing the action, just by doing it. And a lot of times when you are in life, I can't even just say business anymore, in life, we're afraid of breaking that glass ceiling for one reason or another. Oh, I don't want to be the only black girl there. Oh, I don't got the same money as these people. Oh, I ain't never lived there before. Oh, I don't know the language. All of that is BS. That is complete and total BS. And so instead of using all those excuses, use that same energy to do something with your damn life. Do something. Make some power moves. What may be a power move to me may not be a power move to you, but make a power move for yourself, and the rest will actually follow if you actually stick to it and stick to your guns. If something in your spirit's like, I shouldn't be doing this, you probably shouldn't. Oh, I shouldn't be talking to this person, don't talk to them. Oh, I shouldn't be signing this client, don't sign them. A lot of times folks do stuff for money and then they end up miserable as hell because it's not what they should be doing. They didn't follow their gut. They didn't follow their instinct. Instead, they followed some money. Or instead, they follow somebody's advice who don't even know what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, bad advice is bad. It's bad. It can fuel you in a really nasty way. You know, just being fueled by money is not the business either. And a lot of times, like, I'm going to speak real specifically right now. A lot of times, if you've grown up in poverty, you know what I'm talking about. I can't afford this. You can't do that. We ain't never done this before. You can never get that. You know, shit like that. And instead of letting that little voice from the past bother you and hinder you, you gotta do what's best for you and in your spirit. If that means turning somebody away, do it. You know what I'm saying? If that means, hey, I didn't ask you for your damn opinion, stay over there, do what you gotta do. Protect your energy. Protect your business. Protect your skill set. Understand your own value. And not some bullshit stuff like, oh, well, yeah, I'm valued at $1 billion. Okay, yeah, whatever. No, that's not what I mean. If it don't feel right, don't do it. That's what I mean by value. You trust your instinct. You trust yourself. You know deep down in your heart and soul, this is what you should be doing or shouldn't be doing. You know you should be telling this person what they need to hear or not. You just know. That's the stuff you know what I'm saying? And you have to kind of fall sometimes to get to that point. And I know in business, especially, a lot of us are afraid to fall. I didn't say fail, but fall. Fall. You gotta fall sometimes to get to where you need to get to. Sometimes you gotta trip off the ledge instead of gracefully fly down. Don't take that as a loss. Take that as an experience that you can use to better yourself, your company, your business, whatever the hell you want to call it. I've done that a couple of times. Like, I've taken people on that I shouldn't have took on. I've taken on companies that I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? I've got on the phone with folks that I didn't want to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Do not be me in that regards, though. Try to avoid that if you can. But if you can't, don't be like, oh, Lord, my life is over. No, it's not. You just take that shit as a learning lesson, bro, and live. You will live to tell the tale, and you do what you have to do. And yes, following other folks is not the business all the time. Like, I like modeling some of my systems after people, but I don't model myself after any one person. It's enough. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks are like, yeah, jump on this person's bandwagon. That ain't me, though. I don't want that. So I ain't gonna do it. Like, I have no problem carving my own lane in the middle of the ocean. And you shouldn't either. And yes, people will actually will make you do the opposite. Yes, ma'am, they surely will. They'll sit there and be like, you know what? You shouldn't be sitting there pitching to that text company. Go pitch to the salon instead because it's safe. What? If I wanted safe, I wouldn't talk to you. If I wanted safe, I wouldn't be doing this. And yes, I've fallen a lot over the past year as well. But I've actually come back way stronger because I took it as a learning lesson and I didn't chalk it as a loss. So, sounds like I went off topic, but I didn't. So here's some of the truths I'm saying. Be okay with falling, not failing. Be all right with telling people to shut up if they don't have your best interest in mind. Be okay with saying, no, we can't work together right now. Come back to me when you're in a different place. Be okay with saying, yeah, that's not $200, that's $2,000. Be okay with, well, my cousin can do it cheaper. Okay, go to your cousin. You're not going to cheapen me because I'm not your cousin. And then just for that, I should tell your cousin to charge more. Be all right with not everybody understanding what you do. That's the kicker. A lot of us are looking for support from people who cannot support us because they don't know how. And it's not always your job to teach them. It's all right to be a rebel. You know what I'm saying? If you're in business, I'm thinking you're a rebel anyway, because that's not a normal career path for most people. But most importantly, make sure you understand your why. Like, why are you doing this? Is it for yourself? Is it for your future children? Is it for your children now, your family? What is your personal why? And if your why ever changes and it doesn't align with what you're doing right now, cut it. It's all right. Cut it. You know what I'm saying? And if you happen to resonate with the video, feel free to share. I have no problem with that. If you want to add some of your own truths, not a problem. I will probably look in the comments and add some stuff to it as well. But just make sure that don't let this glittery stuff that folks are showing you on the internet fool you. It's a lot of elbow grease behind this. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears behind this. It's a lot of lonely days behind this. It's a lot of struggling behind this too. So don't let anyone, especially on this internet area, fool you. All right? Y'all have a blessed day. Have a great day. And I will chat with y'all again soon. Bye.